0. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? It's David Green here from the greenroom-live.com and Wall Street Global Trading Academy.com. So a little bit of background for those of you who don't know who I am. I have been trading in the markets for about 35 years now. I have a small private trading room where I trade the markets live all day with my traders. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Safe moon. Oh, safe moon already. We'll talk a little bit about Bitcoin today if you guys want, because it was actually a trade that set up for us today. Anybody who trades in Bitcoin. So I've been trading the markets for about 35 years. I have my small private trading room where we're trading the markets live all day. Loving having you on the Benzinga streams. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remind me before we go, I want to give everybody an opportunity to come and hang out with me for the rest of this week and trade live with us. Obviously at no charge. You just come in and hang out with us for the next 5 days and watch us trade. And of course, our course is available at Wall Street Global Trading Academy, where anybody who purchases the course gets continued mentorship every Thursday night. And enough selling. Let's get to some content, because you guys know I don't like the bullshit on here. I want to give you guys as most useful content as we can in the short time that we have together, right? So last week, if everybody was with us, we actually talked about some of our actual trading setups. And we went through some of our technical analysis. I think we talked about a regular moving average trade and a trend trade and a base trade. All the things that I'm going to be showing you today are based on the actual technical analysis that we use. For those of you who don't know, I am looking at Thinkorswim charts. Can everybody see my charts? Give me a couple of ones if everybody can see my charts. Let's make sure we're all on the same page. This man needs his own show at the opening. We will do that. We will do some lives, 10 o'clock. Maybe we'll do some lives when the market is really rocking and rolling. That's something we can definitely do at some point. All right. Okay. So let's talk about the technical analysis again that we use for some of you who might not have been with us last week or you're joining us for the first time. I have to say that a bunch of peeps from Benzinga have actually joined my live trading room within the last couple of weeks. And I'd love to have you guys talk to some of them. They are just knocking it out of the ballpark. Now, just being patient and disciplined and learning all our trading techniques. There's a few people in there that are really, really happy. So we are using as our technical analysis. Let me get a little better chart so we can see things a little more spread out. That's not great. Let's go to Spotify. Okay. So we are using for our technical analysis 4 exponential moving averages, a 9, a 15, a 65, and a 200. We are using pivot points, and we are using a relative strength index. That's it. We do not have a lot of stuff cluttering up all our charts, okay? This is all that we use. We try to keep it simple. And we will not make a trade, okay, until one of our trading criteria sets up and it hits one of our moving averages. So I want to go through a few trades with you guys today, but what I really want to get to is swing trading, because I know there's a lot of people that join us that can't be in the room all day trading, right? So I wanted to talk about the swing trading for a little bit and show you some of our actual swing trading techniques that we use. But let's go through a few of the trades that we did today. I think we had 5 trades set up, 1 loser and 4 winners. Let's show you the losing trade first, okay? And it was early in the morning and we were watching Coin. Now, Coin is the new IPO, right? This is a chart of Coin on a 5-minute chart. And you can see here, it's just a big bloody mess. It's on top of things. It's below things. Not really setting up for everything. But this morning early, it's set up for a trend trade. Okay, and I want to show you exactly where it failed and where we got out of it. So we were watching Coin early. This is early in the morning, and we saw a spike up to 341. And this is about 10:30. I said, okay, guys, I think this coin could probably go up for the rest of the day. We're going to try to do what we call a trend trade in this stock. And we bought some on the 9. And we bought some on the 15. Now, when I'm trading a $335 stock, I'm doing it very small. There are people in the room that are doing it bigger. But the reason we were getting into this trade was because it was in a trend And the thought is when a stock is in a trend, it's going to stop when it hits a trend line and reverse and go up. So we bought the stock right around $335. And in a $335 stock, I tell my people, do it very small. Let's give it $1 or $1.50. If it breaks the trend line, we'll just get out of the trade. And that's exactly what happened here. We were long at 335. I think we got out at 334, maybe a little bit below that. And the reason we got out of the trade is because it didn't hold the trend. And then you can see in the next 15 minutes, the stock went down another $5. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is, one, that we have losing trades. Anyone who tells you they don't have losing trades is full of crap, right? Two, how important it is to get out of your losing trades as quickly as possible. It broke the trend. It didn't set up for anything anymore. That's it. We're out of the trade. It did not work. Okay? Now, let's go to Riot. And we can talk about Bitcoin for a couple of minutes because I know a lot of people are interested in Bitcoin. So Riot was moving all over the place this morning because Bitcoin finally pulled back a little bit. So I want to show you a trade that's set up for us at, I'm trying to see what time this was. Oh, it wasn't Riot. I'm sorry. It was actual Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. All right. So finally, we got a little pullback in Bitcoin, right? And right now we're trading at, let's see where we're at, and I'll slow the chart down, 55,820. So we've been looking, along with everybody else, to see if we can get a pullback in Bitcoin and what would be a good entry point to get in it, right? So we went right to our weekly chart in Bitcoin. And I want to show you this because it's pretty spectacular. So we had our trend in Bitcoin. And you can see when the stock pulled back to our trend line, it was right around 54,900. Okay. It exactly pulled back to our 9 EMA, set up for a nice trade. Anyone who was able to take advantage of this, I think it went up 600 or 700 points from there. But the reason we got in is because on a weekly level, this is the first time it pulled back and tested that trend line today. Can everybody see this and understand why this set up to be a good trade, right? This is a weekly chart, nothing but going up, got a little overextended and pulled back to exactly our trend line. And this was the exact spot to get into the trade. So that was a trade that a bunch of people did in the room today. GameStop was our big money maker today. GameStop was very, very good to us today. And we all know this is a big meme stock, and you know, it went to $483 and then it went back down to $60. But let me show you a couple of trades that set up for us. And the first one happened very early in the morning. Let me show you where it was. Here it is. I mean, this was spectacular, right? No, these are actual stocks that we're looking at, Aaron, now. Okay. You guys got into the NVAX trend trade? Okay, good. Guys, I am running my live trading room as we're speaking right now, so I'll go to this in a minute and show you a couple of my traders just got into a trade. Look at GameStop, ladies and gents. The stock went very early in the morning from 174. I want everybody to look and see what happened when it hit this pivot point at 9:45 in the morning. The pivot point was 164. 164.30 is where we were bidding. It made a low of 164.11, right? And within the next 5 minutes, the stock went from 164 to $168.30. Technical analysis. I think most of the people in my room, and guys tell me, took at least $1.50 or $2 out of this trade, right? So we lost a little bit in our first trade. This was just a spectacular trade that exactly set up for us based on our technical analysis. I think everybody averaged like $1.50 or $2. So that immediately wipes out the one bad trade we had and then some, okay? I want to show you Tesla today, right? A lot of people are afraid of trading Tesla. It's a $700 stock. It is wackadoodle. It can have big moves up and big moves down. But I got to show you what happened today when this thing hit our daily level, and it happened early in the morning. Look at this, guys and girls. I got to show you this. This was spectacular. This was another trade where I think people in the room got $5 on this trade. Our daily 65 EMA was at $692. $692. So let me show you when it hit it this morning. And this was not on any other chart, right? If we didn't go to a daily chart, we would have never seen this. Here it is, right here. This was at 10:05 in the morning. And our level was 692. It made a low of 691.80. So this is why it's so important to be able to go to multiple time frames on your charts when you're trading. And now, everybody in here, we're talking about day trading, right? I am not talking about investing. I'm not talking about swing trading. I'm talking about day trading, right? We try to make little bits of money every day. They'd have the bigger amounts of money at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, and the end of the year. It's what we're doing in this room. Our long-term stuff takes care of itself. We hope the market goes up forever. But by learning the technical analysis that we use and learning how to read your charts, we were able to take advantage of this trade. It was the absolute low, and 5 minutes later, the stock had gone up $6. So you get in the trade here. We were out of this trade within 5 minutes, and I think most people in the room took a $5 profit on this trade. Absolutely spectacular. But again, unless we went to our daily chart and had the technical analysis in it that we use, you would have never gotten that trade. So an absolutely perfect trade that, again, gave us $4 or $5 on that trade on a daily chart in Tesla. Crazy, right? I am not going back and putting these numbers in after we get there. I'm showing you that this stuff happened in real time in our room. Was I in Deutsche Coin? No. I am not a... Let's talk about it for a couple minutes, okay? I love Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere, but I still think it has to be traded based on the technical analysis, right? A lot of people say that, and again, Bitcoin set up nice technically for us today when it hit that level. Just in case anybody out there is looking for another level in Bitcoin, if it does have a smackdown from here, here's our daily chart, and you guys can write this down. 50 grand. That is our daily 65 EMA. Okay, so that would be a very big level, but that would not be an unusual pullback. Okay, you're talking about 65,000 to 50,000, normal. I wouldn't say the stock was in trouble if it got down there. I would say that's a normal pullback to our 65 EMA. And then if we go weekly, okay, same thing, $49,676. So here is my line in the sand in Bitcoin. And we can see what a tremendous uptrend this has been in, right? So if we were to break this, that would tell me that we could have a correction coming, not just a pullback. So it's right around 50 grand. Because you can see on the chart after that, we have huge gaps down. So my line in the sand in Bitcoin, if I'm long anything that has to do with it, is 50 grand. And if it holds that, it's a great spot to get back in if you don't have any. And if it holds it. So you look at this. If it gets to 50 grand, you buy it. If it breaks below, you get out. You have your stop. But if it holds it, we can just completely get back this whole move that it made down. So that's a spot in Bitcoin if you're looking to get into it for a little longer. And I'm not saying it's going there. I'm just saying that technically that would be the next spot to get into the trade. All right. And GameStop just gave us another little setup not too long ago. I'll show you. And if we look here in GameStop, okay, first time GameStop came down to a 200 EMA at 163.70. First time. It hit this level, and within 5 minutes, it gave you a $1.50 trade, and within 10 minutes, it gave you a $2 trade. Beautiful. Again, 3 setups in GameStop that were fabulous today. 1 losing trade. So we had 5 trades today that I did, that the room did. I think some people in the room might have done a little more, and 4 of them worked. All right, let me look at this NVAX. NVAX was the ones you just got in on a trend, guys. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Okay. So my room just posted that a lot of them just bought NVAX to get into a trend trade, right? So when we're looking to get into a trend trade, we're looking to pull back to our 9 and a pullback to our 15 EMA, and we want to do both of them. When stocks are in strong trends going up, NVAX this is, when stocks are in strong trends going up, they're going to pull back to the trend line, stop going down, and start going up. So we kind of just missed this right, at 224.90. Missed it by a couple of pennies, and that would have already yielded $1. But getting in on the 9, it's trading right around that. So that would be an example of getting into a trend trade. Okay. George will start when it hits the 9, and we'll add to it when it hits the 15, if it's setting up for a trend trade. Okay. Pivot points are another use. Pivot points we use like another moving average. So if one of our stocks we're looking at moves up to a pivot point or down to a pivot point, if it's going up, it's a spot for us to short the stock. And if it's going down, it's a place for us to buy the stock. So we use that exactly how we would use a regular moving average. But they're further away, George, so they end up being better trades if they do hit those levels. Okay? If they do hit those levels. And guys, we're looking for trades right now. If anything sets up live, we will absolutely get in and do it. But the market is kind of slowed down to a dull roar. You know, I thought we had a chance. Anyone who was with me last week knows that we shorted the market a little bit last week because I just thought we were getting a little overbought on a short-term basis. And we'll see. I mean, this is the first day, if we go to a daily chart, right? This is the first day we're starting to get a little pullback in the market. So we just thought it was getting a little too stretched, and we bought some VXX and we bought some SQQQ, which is the opposite of the NASDAQ. And I'm just looking for a pullback to one of the trend lines for a trade, right? So I told everybody last week we were short a little spiders. We'll see how that works out. You know, this is a huge week, guys, for earnings, right? This is when earnings start. I have to tell you guys, this will be a great week. Yes, Tom, 9, 15, 65, and 200 for exponential moving averages. This will be a great week for you guys to come visit in the room, okay? Because we have a lot of earnings coming out. And earnings season is our busiest time. It's just when we get the most trades. It's when we'll get a lot of trend trades setting up. Usually when earnings come out and stocks are good, they stay good. And when they're bad, they stay bad. So we'll get a lot of trend trades that are setting up. Yes, Netflix really kicks it off tomorrow, George. Yes. Yeah, George, yes. I'm going to offer to everybody 5 days in my room. You can come in starting tomorrow. Remind me at the end. I'll give you the link to get into the room, okay? Yes, everybody who wants can come in and hang out with us for 5 days. Doesn't cost anything. You just come and hang out. All right? You know, the market itself is so freaking strong. We just, overall, net, just not much of a pullback, but we'll see. Yeah, look at Futu today, guys and girls. I will share the link, mister. Remind me before I leave. Look at Futu. So this is what I was talking about a trend trade, right? And a trend trade is going to be the one that we're going to make our most money on, because when we get into a trend trade, we want to stay in it all day or until the trend changes, right? So look at Futu the entire day above the trend line. Here, it hit our 9 EMA. That was I'm trying to look. Let's call it 167, okay? So here was the entry point for Futu. On the 9 EMA at 167, it's up $4 from there. And we would not have sold any of that. There's no reason to. So if we got in this at 167, we're 4 points in the money already. 4 points in the money. Now, if I would start trailing my stop order up now, right? If I'm long at 167 and I'm trading at 171 and I have a $4 profit in it, I'll bring my stop order up to 170 and lock in a $3 profit. Breaks 170, I get out. But hopefully it just keeps doing this up. And if we get out at 170, maybe we'll get back in when it pulls back down to the 9 and the 15 EMA, right? Jay, are we primarily day traders? Yes, we are primarily day traders. We will do swing trading and we will do options trading also. So swing trading we will definitely do when things set up for us to do it, and we do some options trading too. So yes, I'll take a look at NEO. And then I want to talk to you guys a little bit about swing trading. For those of you who can't sit here in the room all day, I want to show you how we do swing trading, okay? NEO, as a matter of fact, I bought an option. The whole room bought an option in NEO today, and I'll explain to you why. I'm starting to perk up a little bit, and if I go to the daily chart, Okay, there's a couple of big levels here. So the first one is around 37.20, which it got over this morning, and then it completely backed off. And then we got 38. So in order for NEO to reverse this downtrend that it's been in for, a month, if we can push our little head up above $38, the next real resistance is 43. So we did a little lotto today in this, and we bought a 40 call for the rest of the week. And I'll explain options a little bit more when we get together for a longer period of time. But it's got to pop its head up. It's starting to for a second. So we bought a little 40 call on that by the end of the week. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Would I sell Tesla and get into Deutsche Coin? Charlie, yes. Sell everything you have in Tesla and put your whole life savings into Deutsche Coin. I'm kidding. Do not do that. All right? So let's talk about Deutsche Coin for a minute, okay? Deutsche Coin is not a real thing. And that does not mean that you can't make money in it. So let's preface it by saying that, all right? It's not worth anything. There's an unlimited supply, but that doesn't mean you can't trade it, okay? You can trade it. The trick is if you're going to trade Deutsche Coin, don't buy it thinking it's going to $100. Right? I know some people who bought Deutsche Coin at point whatever, ever it was. Okay? And I got all of them to sell a lot of it when it got above 40 cents. I don't know where it is now. I have no idea. It's a trading vehicle, guys. So use it as that. Or you put a small portion of your portfolio. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. Very important. Put a small portion of your portfolio into these stocks, and then forget you have them, and you sell and buy periodically, okay? But do not invest your life savings in Deutsche Coin. That's my personal opinion. I can't tell anybody what to do, okay? But that's my personal opinion. It's a trading vehicle. And as far as traders are concerned, us day traders, right? Everything's a trading vehicle. Yeah, Netflix just got a big pop up. Short Netflix at 550, 510. Right? If we get there fast, that would be straight up $4. We probably get a little reversal off that. So I'm looking at Netflix now, and this is what we do, guys and girls. Every time I put a chart up, I am looking for what my trading opportunity is based on my technical analysis. And we will never make a trade unless our technical analysis tells us to get into that trade. Some days we have no trades, which never really happens. And some days we have 10 trades. However many you're going to set up, that's how many trades we're doing for that day. We had 5 today. 4 of them worked out to be okay. I can tell you that last month we had an 88% win rate on our day trades. Day trades. And someone in my room told me this. I don't even keep track, right? I come in every day and I try to make a couple of bucks trading, and I teach everybody in my room how to trade. There's a couple kinds of people who come into the room. People who have never traded before, they come in and they learn. People who have traded a lot and are struggling, they come in and they're ready to give it up to a higher power and learn how to trade. And then people who come in because they want to do it part-time. Nobody's ever come into my trading room and said, Dave, I am making so much money, I don't know what to do with it. Just a quick, how many people out there, give me a 1, are actively day trading? Pop a little 1 in there so we know how much. What we're looking at. Yeah, market's ripping up again right now. Okay, so before we move ahead, so there's only one person that's with us today that is actively trading. This has got to be, there we go. There was a little lag in there. So a lot of you are. Look, the most important thing about trading is money management. I concentrate a crap load on that. Because it's not always knowing where to buy and sell the stocks. It's what to do once you're in those trades, which most people, especially beginning traders, have a lot of trouble with, right? How many people in the room have been going along like gangbusters and had one bad trade that has wiped out like a month's worth of work, besides me at one point? Those are the kind of things that we have to avoid, right? We can't have that one trade that just wrecks our account and makes it impossible for us to get back into the ballgame. And that's what money management is all about. So I stress that from here until forever. And I talk about it all day in my room, all day. So those are some of the tools we use for day trading, guys. Okay. And anyone who comes visits for the next 4 days, we'll get a lot more into that. But I want to talk to you guys about swing trading for a few minutes, right? Because I know a lot of people can't sit in the room all day and be staring at charts. What up, Mr. Wilkinson? This guy. This guy what? This guy is here. All right. AQMS for a swing trade. Let me look. I'll take a peek for you. Again, anything to me that trades under $4, $5, $6, Daniel, you got to put this into your I don't give a crap account. All right? That's where this goes. You put a little bit into it. It's a lottery ticket. It's something that's either going to work or it's not. So, as far as a chart, you want an honest opinion of the chart, it looks horrible. 248. There you go. So if I'm in it, 248 is where I would buy more of that stock. That is our weekly level. Yes, that's a great question. Of course, I have a long-term portfolio, NCal. Everybody does. Okay? What we concentrate on in my room is day trading. That's all. That's what we concentrate on. And swing trading and options trading. But there is an art also, okay, to swing trading. And it's not throwing a dart in a board and saying that I'm picking a spot because I think a stock has gone too high, or I'm picking a stock of a guy that's gone too low. Very possible. I know him, Steve. I'm doing this for 35 years. Yeah, I think NVIDIA, well, look, here's what happened in the video already, right? This was the spot to swing your calls in NVIDIA. When the stock got into the 640 range, right? And you had a beautiful home run on that already. But this was really stretched out on a daily chart. So your signal was up here when we got to about 643 and threw in that first red bar to get into the trade. That was beautiful. That was where you should have got into the trade, right? And that got really stretched out on both the daily and the weekly. Look at the weekly chart. I mean, no stock can keep doing that without having a pullback. Pins we traded, I think, one day last week, and we did very, very well on it. We were looking for a daily or weekly level. I don't know if we got there, but let me see the daily and pins. Yeah, we broke the daily. So pins, I mean, it's got to get back above 75 to hold any kind of support right here. And it's kind of just hanging below the weekly. But yeah, this day, right, when it got down to like $60, set up for a nice far from moving average trade. All right, I want to talk to you guys about swing trading for a couple minutes. I know we only got about 30 minutes left, okay? And then, guys, anyone who wants to come into my room, I will answer any questions that you have about anything. And when me and Aaron and Spence have a little more time, I would be more than happy to come on and hang out with you guys for a couple of hours and then answer any questions you have about individual stocks. My goal is to give you guys as much useful information when the time I come in here, okay? That's my goal. I don't want to fill it with a lot of fluff and bullshit. I want to talk about stuff that's going to help you. Yeah, I was looking at Mara today, and I think it almost got to our weekly level. And again, this is going to trade with Bitcoin. Look at this, guys. It did, right? It did. So here was a great spot. And we were talking about Mara, Hugo, right? This is crazy. $57. Our weekly level was 34. I can't see it right now. Right around 34 was our weekly level. 34. It went to 33.24, but it's held that level. And now on the 5-minute chart, it's giving you about $1 from there. I'm not convinced that Bitcoin's done going down, but just look at the technicals. So if you're long Mara now, okay? Oh, thank you, Tony. David, you are my top 3 people. How do I get to the top 2? So if you look at Mara now and you're in this because you think it's pulled back a lot, this is very simple trade now, right? We're trading at 35. If it breaks 34, you get out of it. So your risk reward is probably pretty good here of getting a bounce to the long side from here, right? So, if it goes back and breaks this level again, you just get out of it. So probably much better risk to the upside than the downside now. Those of us can we benefit from your day trading route? Probably not, to be honest with you, Brug. Probably not. Because you have to have enough capital in your account to be able to day trade these stocks, right? And, if you do it once or twice a week, better off with the swing trading and the options trading. Now, I'm just being honest with you guys. You guys know I don't lie to anybody in here. To be actively day trading, you need one of two things. You need to have a proprietary trading account, which is a minimum of $5,000, and then you have to take a couple of tests. Or you need a retail account with $25,000 in. That's God's honest truth. You can have a Robinhood account or a Wellbull account, but it's hard to actively day trade with those if you don't have the money in it. It's very, very hard. That's the truth. So, again, two ways to go, Solar, right? I would say 80% of the people in my room have retail accounts, which they have to fund with a minimum of $25,000. I would say about 20% of the people in my room are in proprietary trading accounts, which you can do with as little as $5,000, and that involves taking a couple of tests. So those are the two best ways you can actually actively day trade. Okay, doesn't mean we're using that money. It just means it's available to us so that we can actively day trade. Yeah, I see Ruco's coming in a little bit, guys. See if it holds a trend here. Whenever I see stocks coming down a little bit, first thing I'm going to do is go to the spiders and see if there's a correlation. I'm kind of pulling back a little bit, but nothing. Well, Cal, it works both ways. Let me address what Cal said for a couple minutes, okay? I know the feeling of being in something and selling too early, part of the game we learn every day. I would much rather sell things early than let them turn into losing trades, right? As a day trader, I don't care what happens once I get out of my trade. I don't care. I don't look back. I take my money out of the trade or I lose a little bit of money depending on the trade, and that's it, okay? That's it. Can you just buy a put or a call on a respective option, wait for the move by the other? You mean day trade options? Yeah, it's much more difficult. It's hard to day trade options. It's very, very difficult to do that. There you go, Adam. And again, guys, let's make this clear. I'm not talking about long-term investments, okay? I'm not. I will tell you this. Everybody who's in my room consults me before they do anything long-term. Everybody. Because I asked them to. And I'll give you my honest opinion, and I'll say, I don't like it. This is why. I do like it, and this is why. Much rather get a small gain than a negative trade. That's right. So let's talk about what Muhammad just said. Yeah, Futu, crazy day. Let's talk about what Muhammad just said. And we're getting a little stretch to the upside, Futu. Almost $2 above the moving average. Let's see if we have any resistance above. I'll go right to the daily chart, and I know we don't. It's almost an all-time high, right? 204 is the all-time high. So this thing isn't stretched yet, And the way to get into this long now, I need it to pull back. I need it to pull back to one of my moving averages. What is the max used in day trading by people in your room? That's a great question, okay? Okay, Happy. I have people with the minimum. Look, I'll show you my account. All right. I have $28,300 in my account. Usually when I get up to 28 or so, I take some money out and I try to stay around 26 grand to give myself $1,000 cushion. That's all I want. Keeps me grounded, keeps me from doing stupid things. So I like to give myself $1,000 cushion. I can tell you that when I'm trading 50 or 100 shares, there are people in my room trading 5,000 shares. So there's people in my room that have $1 million in buying power, and they use it every single day, okay? I can tell you that a couple of people from you guys, Benzinga, who joined us in the last couple of weeks. I think one of them is up like $7,500 since they started with us. And another one is up over $10,000 since they started with us. Obviously, they're trading bigger size. Okay. But, you know, nobody in my room is intimidated, and I'll tell you why. And nobody who buys the course is intimidated. I gear everything towards the beginning trader and people with not a lot of experience. And I trade very small amount of shares. I'm not going to be trading 5,000 shares because I don't want people coming into the room and seeing giant swings on a P&L. That's not what I'm about. I have never been about that for my entire career. I am a single and doubles hitter. That's it. When I worked on the floor in the New York Stock Exchange for 18 years, I just wanted to be consistent. I was never shooting for a home run. And I don't want big giant swings in my P&L, and you shouldn't have them either, right? The way to go about this is to become consistent. Be very patient. Be very disciplined and wait for the setups based on your technical analysis, and then put in the proper tools that you need to make money. Look, I'm just showing you guys what works for us. This is what works for me. This is what works for our room. This is the technical analysis that we use. There are people out there that use all sorts of different technical analysis, and that's great. Okay? That's fine. Whatever works for what you guys do. Okay? I can tell you guys this. And you come into my room and I'll have my people actually tell you this. And I don't lie, okay? Whoa, NVAX, guys, where were you? Are you guys kidding me? So look what just happened in NVAX, guys, and someone in my room just made this trade, okay? We quickly went from $225 to $222.60. Look at this. And hit our 65 EMA. And within 30 seconds from $222.60, I saw it just go up to $223.70 and give you a look. Right there you go. There's a quick dollar on that trade. I don't think that trade took 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Anyone in the room get it, guys, while we were sitting here? Look at that. Spectacular. So this is what I'm talking about, being patient and disciplined and using technical analysis that works, right? It just came in and hit. We made a dollar in, I don't know, a minute and a half. Again, technical analysis. Absolutely spectacular for that trade anyway. And this is what we're looking for all day long. All we do is put up chart after chart after chart, and we're looking for these setups that tell us when we want to buy and sell our stocks. That's it. Great question, Mr. Monkey. We're always starting on a 5-minute chart, okay? And I'll explain what I mean by that. And guys, if we don't get to the swing trading part of it today, we'll do that next week because a lot of people have a lot of questions. But I definitely want to do that with you guys because it's a very important lesson. So Charlie, chilled. We'll always start with a 5-minute chart. If I have some kind of support or resistance on my 5-minute chart, I don't have to go any further. Okay? Thank you, Hoppy. Smash, smash, smash. Boom. And let me just say this, all right? Benzinga they are just so freaking good. They are the best service that is out there. I have to tell you guys, I have never, ever, ever done another collaboration with anybody as far as day trading is concerned until Benzinga. I haven't been comfortable enough with anybody to do it until I hooked up with the guys from Benzinga. Nobody's ever heard of me, okay? Nobody knows about our trading room. Nobody. I don't advertise. I don't look for people. I don't care if I never get another person in the room. It's not going to be the kind of room where I have 500 people in it. It's not. The course we have curated with Wall Street Global Trading Academy is sick, okay? It is an insane course. It's 6.5 hours worth of stuff. And, you know, if you can't sit and be with me all day, you buy the course every Thursday night. We come on and we hang out with you and we ask questions. All right? So that's Wall Street Global Trading Academy. So I'm always starting on a 5-minute chart. If I don't have support or resistance on a 5-minute chart, we have to go look for some. Okay? We have to go look for some. So let's go look. I'll go to a 15-minute chart, and I'm looking for something that tells me to buy the spiders here. I'm going to a 30-minute chart. All right? 30-minute chart, we have a little support at 414.29. That's my 200 EMA. Would I do that trade? No. Why wouldn't I do that trade? Because it hasn't moved far enough to set up for a good trade. Okay. It has not moved far enough to set up for a good trade. Let's go 1 hour. Nope. Daily. All right. We really got nothing down to that 411.75 on the daily chart, which is where I'm hoping we pull into in the next few days so we can cash out on our shorts. Yes, I am here every single Monday, and occasionally we will do a live during the week. Look, if enough of you people request, okay, I have no problem doing a webinar with Aaron and Spencer at night sometime where we can hang out for a couple of hours. And I can really get into a lot of stuff, and I can answer all your questions. Smash the like button. I'm down with that with Spencer and Aaron. I'm sure they would be up to doing that also. It's impossible for me to get.
I have a bedtime as long as it's not after. You know.
What time is that?
Whenever I say early, man.
I love it. But, Spence, if we get enough interest, for you guys, I would do anything.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. We have been talking about doing more stuff in the evenings. Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe we do like a, special thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it
out. If there's interest, we're always down.
Cool. Stop taking up my time then. Let's see. You definitely need to be a regular. Great information.
Hey, wait. He is regular every Monday.
That's right. All right. Let's get to some of your questions now. Tesla, Netflix. Let's look. Yes, look at Netflix, guys and girls. Okay. All right, guys, show one for interest if you want me to hang out and do a couple of hours with you at some point. All right. So someone just said Netflix. Netflix. Yeah, look what Netflix just did, guys and gals. It exactly went down to the trend line, what we were just talking about 5 minutes ago, right? So the trend was 551. If we got in on a trend, the stock just gave $2 off that trade in, 2 minutes. See how beautiful that was? It's been in a trend all day. It came down and hit the trend line and went up $2. Boom, chakalaka baka. Crazy. It's insane. Yes. Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. QS. All right, I like QS. Let's talk about QS. All right, QS has been horrible for a long time, right? It has just been getting its ass kicked. Down from $64. So here's a daily chart. I have absolutely nothing. Let's go to a weekly chart. And today, we broke the weekly level at 32.20. So very important technical analysis spot right now in QS, all right? And I'll tell you why. If this can get back above, and it's not far from here, 32, let's go at 32.50, all right? We're about a buck below it. If this can get back above 32.50, we can be long that stock, okay? And our stop order will just be the low of whatever it makes today. So let's say it hangs around here and then it gets back above 32.50 tomorrow. That is something we can get long. Have a real tight stop. It would only be down $1 where our stop would be. But look where our next real support level is. $19.21. Okay? That's where our next real support level is. So it's a huge level here. It's something to keep our eyes on in the coming days or even tomorrow, right? This could be a better short also if it keeps going down from here because it could go to 19. So that is my thesis on QS. It's at a big spot right here, okay? What moving average we are using are 9, 15, 65, and 200 exponential moving averages. 9, 15, 65, and 200 exponential moving averages. All right, let's look at plug, and I'll look right on the daily chart. There's another one that's been getting a smackdown, right? So here we are in plug, guys. Wow, this is a huge level. Hey, guys in the room, do we want to buy a little plug here for a swing? If we can't buy it here, I don't think we could ever buy it. Look at this. It's on the weekly level, guys. I think this has to be bought here. I need confirmation for someone in the room. And again, guys, just so you know, everybody trades at their own risk, okay? I'm not an investment advisor. I don't tell people what to buy and sell. Ba 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 ba. All right, I'm going to start a tiny swing here, guys. Yeah, small. So the reason I'm looking at this stock now is we're down from $75 and we're hitting a weekly level. Weekly level. Yeah, the earnings are a month away. We got time. Exactly right. So, I mean, if we break from here, the next spot is 12. I can't imagine Plug being a $12 stock. So we just started a little swing trade with the room right here. Now, what I'll do is I'll have like $1 or $1.50 stop. I mean, if it breaks from here, I'm not going to own it down to $12. So it's at a little level. We'll see if it holds. If it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. So we'll have a stop order on it. But that's pretty cool. Wow. We'll see what happens. I mean, the stock's gone from 75 to 25, right? I am not a Dogecoin fan. I do not trade Dogecoin. If you're going to trade Dogecoin, trade it. Or put some money into it and forget about it forever. Or until you think it's going to bounce. Yeah, the EV stocks have all been getting crushed, but there's going to be a point where they stop going down and start going up. I'm not saying where it's going to be from. But let's say you are down 40% on a stock. What do? That's crazy, Ramon. I would never let myself get down 40% on a stock. You know, in the plug that we just bought, I'll risk $1 on this. If it goes to 24, I'll probably just get out of the trade. I'm risking $60 on it, right? I don't know when they're going to go up, but we're at a very big spot technically. So, look, here's another thing you can do in plug, right? You don't even have to buy the stock. Go to the options. Okay? So we can go look at options in plug, and you can go out a couple of weeks, right, and look for calls. So like 3 weeks out, you know, you can buy a 26 call and invest $188. If it's going to bounce from here, that could double or triple. If not, the most you can lose is $188. So another way to do it, and I don't want to get into options right now, where you're not even risking being in a stock, is to just do options. That's all. Do I have a swing trade service? Something we're thinking about doing. Yeah, Steve, buy a little plug for a swing trade. But again, a swing trade is something we're going to hold on to. You don't know about that yet, but you have the money in your account. Buy a little plug for a swing trade right here. We'll see what happens over the course of the next few days. David, when you go some of your long-term positions with us, you know why it won't be helpful, SPAC, for me to go over long-term positions? Because I've had some of them for 20 and 30 years. It's not going to be helpful for everybody. I own Apple forever. You know, I'm an early investor in Facebook and Amazon and a few of those other things. And I sell them from time to time. But you got to remember, you know, I'm 60 years old. So I've been doing this for a long time. Well, Tom, I don't know if we're ready to recover or not, but I do know that this is the first time I'm looking at a stock going down from $75 and hitting a weekly level. So, again, doesn't mean it can't go lower from here, right? One thing you cannot do is be stubborn when you're trading. Like someone just mentioned before, they're down 40% on one of their stocks. Well, how about if you got out when it was down 10% and then look for a spot to get back in, right? That's what we do. Okay, that's what we do. Why not just trade options? Wouldn't it be less capital committed? Well, when we're day trading, Alan, okay, we're really not committing a lot of capital. Okay, because we're using what we call buying power. You use more, you need more to get started. But every trade that I do, as soon as I get out of that trade, it resets and I have my buying power back. So that's why we do that. And look, again, this is day trading is a completely separate ball game, guys and girls, right? If you have the wherewithal to be able to do this, then it's a wonderful thing. If you don't, then you just simply don't, right? But it's two different things. I could tell you guys, again, I want you guys to come into the room or purchase the course, and you'll hear from the people in my room, okay? I don't think we've had 2 losing days in the last 4 months. Honestly, I don't think we have. I mean, you guys in the room tell me if we haven't. We've been on an incredible streak lately, and it's all about being patient and disciplined. Yeah, Plantier's another one, right? Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood can afford to be long billions of shares of stock and wait for them to bounce, okay? Some of us can't. So I have a level in Plantier. I happen to like this company long term. And I have a weekly level where I'm going to start buying it. And here it is, $18. Again, technical analysis, right? Steve, that is excellent. Turn off your machine. No more trading, okay? So that's what just started in my room today. It's trading very small, and they made $281 on their first day trading. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, but first day with us, that's spectacular. So I told them to get out of here. Don't trade anymore for today. I don't know why those SPACs are getting hit. Look, some of them, Adam, these SPACs shouldn't have been trading where they were, right? We know that. They shouldn't. It's all about technicals. I need levels. I need these things to be at my levels before I start getting involved in them. That's the bottom line. That's it. All these things are just not ready yet technically. Look at CCIV, right? Here's our level, $16. $16. It's 19 now. The level is 16. That is the technical level, $16. Should it have been $65? No way on God's green earth, right? No, maybe $16, fair value. That is great, Ramon. What advice would I give to a 22-year-old just getting into the market? Thank you very much for your insight. My advice, Ramon, would be this. Take any extra money that you have and put it into the stock market. I mean, disposable income, okay? And put it into the market. That's what I would be doing. When you are young, okay, when you are young, you want to be investing in the stock market. The bottom line is the stock market has done nothing but go up for 150 years. We've had pullbacks. We've had what we consider crashes. We've had everything, okay? But the bottom line is that when you're 22 years old, I guarantee you when you're 52 years old, the market's going to be a lot higher than it is right now. So that's what you do when you're young, right? And invest in things that you like and that you use, right? You like Apple, you invest in Apple. You like Nike, you invest in Nike. But, yeah, I mean, look, even in May, last May, when COVID hit, right? And the markets made those lows and we were getting crushed. I told everybody that would listen to me that this is a generational buying opportunity. This is not when you sell your stocks. It's when you buy more. If it's one thing I've learned, when you really feel like throwing up, when you're in something and you're sick to your stomach, it's usually the right time to be doubling up. It's hard to do, but it's usually the right time. Okay? There's no such thing as a crash when you're young. It's a buying opportunity. That's it. That's what it is. So that's my advice when you're young, okay? Just buy, and forget about it. And again, with your extra money. What's the probability stocks will go back to their all-time highs? Will it take 1 year, 5 years, maybe never? The answer to that question is yes. It may take 1 year, it may take 5 years, it may be never. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is everything we do in this room, shorter term, okay, and even longer term, is based on technical analysis. That's it. Let's see. Palantir 3166. Yeah, all right. I'm not saying these stocks can't go back there in a year or 2 years or 6 months. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But I know when people start, everybody and their mama is talking about the same stocks at the same time, they're not going up anymore because you know what happens? All right, let's look at Palantir. And I'll look at Plug, and I'll look whatever you want me to. Okay? This is everybody who has any money left getting into the stock. And this is what happened. And that's an exhaustion candle, right? This is when the hype is at the highest. And this is what happens. when everyone is telling you to buy the same stock, right? And it's happened in every single stock. Look at Plug. It's the same chart. It's the same chart. Exhaustion on the upside. FUBU. We were shorting these stocks when they were doing this. Okay. I remember when FUBU did this, we sold upside calls. We made a fortune on this. A fortune in upside calls in this when it was doing that. So again, everything we do short term is based on technical analysis. Like I think there's some swing trade opportunities setting up now, right? You know, we talked about Plug, which is sitting right there right now. Okay. But there was a couple of other ones. What we talk about? CCIV, another one of these SPACs. We got weekly coming up at $16. These are the places to get involved in these things, right? Viacom was another one that did that stupid stuff. And we were shorting this stock when it did this. We were short this stock. My average in this stock was 99. Went to 102 and went from 99 to 38. Again, we were short, right? So you got to know when to do these opportunities, and it's all based on technical analysis. Would I put big money in Doge? No, I would not put big money in Doge. Just my personal opinion again, but no, I would not. Absolutely not. Not for me. Again, the overall market is hanging in here. All right, it is 3:00. I guess we'll hang out until we get kicked off, right? Ring. NCAT is the new crypto to buy. It's too late for Doge. Again, that's not for me. RNG. This is the guy on Shark Tank, right?
No, that was the other ring.
Oh, it was?
RNG is Ring Central.
Okay.
Ring, the guy in Shark Tank was like the doorbell ring guy who got bought by Amazon.
He didn't get a deal that day either. I think Richard Branson.
No, he turned him down.
Yeah, exactly.
He gave him like the finger. He was like, no.
Like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This has been my pleasure. Greenroom-live.com. Anyone wants to come in for the next 5 days, you're more than welcome. It's already popped up there. Best trading course you're ever going to buy, Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Comes with continued mentorship every Thursday night. I love Benzinga. I love these guys. Spence, I'm here for you anytime you want me to be.
Yeah, that's good to know. You know, what ends up happening throughout the course of every week is like, you know, people cancel on us, and it's like a whole thing. And what I haven't done is I haven't gone to the David well, but knowing that I can, I probably will. So it's good to know. It's good to know. All right, man.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You know, have a good rest of your day down in Boca, and talk to you again next week, if not sooner.
All right, guys.
All right,
guys. Be patient and disciplined.
All right. Thanks a lot, David.
You're welcome.
Guys, there's the link up here to his room right there, and Wall Street Global Trading Academy. I'll put that link here up as well in just one second here. Hold on. Give me a second. I will throw up the. Here it is. There's a link in chat. Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Check it out. Those are the two links. One on the screen, one in the chat. And thanks a lot, guys. Smash the like for David. Come on. I was on with Jason a few hours ago, and I said I think David is no joke, and I meant it. I meant it. I was not just saying that. David is really, really good at what he does because he's not a bullshitter. He's not going to say, "Oh, you're going to make this is a winning trade. I'm going to, we're all going to get rich." It's not what he's doing. He's controlling his risk. That's the name of the game. All right. Next show is live. Terrible Trader. Going from David Green to Terrible Trader. We're going to do that now. I'm going to hop off. I will see you guys for the At the Close show in a half hour. Until then, good luck in your trading, and Terror Trader's up next.